the first term, once the admitted student will be sent the study material, then they will, in order to make mandatory to go through the study material, we are giving assignment questions which carries about 30% mark. They will go through it and write the assignment questions. Then they will come somewhere in the April, May for the classes in the RTDC, and then which are having excellence infrastructure facilities using the guest house facility they are going to provide. For the first time in the history of the distance education, the guest house facility is also being provided, and these facilities will be facilitate them to learn a better practical exposure away, because these are the concepts which have been designed with the UGC and the add-on programs away. And after completion of the contact classes, they will be writing the first semester examination in the month of June. After completing this first semester, again they will be sent the second term study material, either in the form of virtual learning or in the form of hard copies. Again they will be assigned their continuous evaluation system, right from the study material to the attending classes and then term and examinations. So all the components by January we will be able to complete the first academic year. Next 2015, starting from 2014 to 2015 we complete the first academic year. UOS already the course is becoming very popularized. We are expecting more and more number of students are going to take over this program, and even with the help of we are also issuing this year we are going to issue the very popular RFID certificate at par with our regular examination systems away for the successful candidates being done in the regular examination. And with these few words, we will, under the able guidance of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, the Pro Vice Chancellor Professor N. Babu, we can able to do this program more effectively as a role model program for all our programs away, which will be an innovative program away. Because of this, now many of the universities they have been already looking away what is the University of Hyderabad distance education doing away. They already under the able guidance of our Vice Chancellor, they already put me in all the universities. They put me in their committees. Nalsar University and then IFLU University and then even the JNTU University is also looking away how they are running these quality programs away. They have been coming frequently and taking this. This all goes to our encouragement from our both Vice Chancellor or Pro Vice Chancellor. Definitely this program will take a role model for the many number of universities, and also to the UGCs. Also we want to invite the UGC Vice Chairman Professor Devaraj also for the first contact program that was we are discussing for along with our CGM, the Kanyan Secretary. I think they will also be feeling this type of program to be organized in the distance program only, then only the national enrollment is active. With these few words, I am thanking you to my all Vice Chancellors and wishing you all the best for the participant. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was a complete roadmap written by the great University of Hyderabad. Yes, we will definitely, from our NIT side, we will live up to the expectation and see that we also become a role model training center as an apex body of Pro VC to address the academy.
Director Finance BSNL together to improve capacities of people to face the revolutionary changes that are taking place in the country. In our own lifetime, we have seen an electronic revolution which has affected all aspects of our life, including communication. Now, I think technological advances have been happening at a rapid pace, and we also should see that we also make institutional changes to see that the technologies are used, technologies are first of all understood and used in various contexts. So technological advances without institutional innovations will lead to a situation where we will not be able to comprehend what's happening. That's why this course is an attempt to understand the technology and also understand how it can be used in various contexts and what are the issues of delivering this technology to the people across the country. And it is this kind of idea that we started this joint program about 9 months ago when Kalyan Sagar came to office and said that we would like to do something. I said this is an important area where you can really intervene. See, in innovation theory, we say opportunity gazing is an important aspect of the theory. One should really gaze the opportunities that are available around you and seize upon these opportunities to create new activities, including new enterprises. And that's precisely what has happened with this kind of a course. And this course will go a long way in capacity building, in training human resources for the kind of changes that are taking place in the technology, and also to see how to deliver this technology to people across the country at an affordable price, but also at a level that it is available to all sections of the society across different regions of the country. Now it is this kind of philosophy that underlies the collaboration between two of our institutions, and when two institutions come together, a lot of things can be done. Another important thing that this course will do is to enable fresh engineering graduates, fresh MSc graduates with appropriate qualifications to also get training in this area. Most of you all know that about only 20% of our BTech graduates are employed because they don't have skills to take upon jobs immediately after their degree programs. I think this course will fill the gap, enable them to really capture or seize the opportunities to take up gainful employment. So I said in technological innovations without institutional innovations will not help us in any way. We will not be able to really use this technology without these changes. And precisely the course is supposed to fill this kind of a gap of trying to create institutional mechanisms of understanding technology and managing the technology and also delivering the technology to people across the country. And I'm sure this course will do very well, and University of Hyderabad always open to new ideas, open to innovative ideas, and that's the kind of a spirit with which we've been moving, and that's why we made a mark in a short span of about 40 years of the establishment of the university. I'm sure with all the encouragement and collaboration, cooperation from BSNL and AGFM, this course will really flourish. And of course, we also would like to see that this course is revised periodically so that we incorporate new materials. Because the learning process is a dynamic process, the kind of changes that are taking place outside the technological level must be really understood and incorporated into our curriculum. And I wish all the best for this course. I'm sure we'll all be there to see that the course runs successfully. Whatever help you require from the University of Hyderabad, and we'll really extend that help to see this program run smoothly. Thank you very much for giving so much.
Definitely, we hope to score a boundary on the score and deliver it at an affordable price. Thank you very much for your wishes, sir. I now request Shri B. Srinivasan, CGM AP Sir to Hyderabad to address the gathering. Yes, and visiting faculty, valued faculty of NIT Accounts.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Hyderabad, Sri Ramakrishna Ramaswamy, Sri KCG Pillai, Director of Finance, BSNL Board, Professor Hari Babu, Professor Jilani, Director, CDVL, University of Hyderabad, and our friend Pro Vice Chancellor, Mangalore, Hyderabad. All the senior officers of BSNL, the senior and distinguished professors from the academia, distinguished invitees, guests, press and the media. Please don't think I have come here to give a political talk the way I am trying to begin. That is none of my intention. People say coming together should be the beginning. Being together is progress, and rising together will ultimately show the extent of success of this initiative, public initiative, about which all of us have been talking so far. Very noble initiative, I should say, because nowadays I see a lot of public-private initiative, public-private partnerships, because even the government thinks that it does not have the wherewithal to fund all these type of initiatives. So they see the private sector has to come forward and bear the brunt of the investments or the capital expenditures which are called for in trying to take up such ventures. Notwithstanding the government's intentions these days, I personally feel that there is a lot of talent and competence with the government and the public sector organizations in this country. Unfortunately, it is not really becoming visible to the outside world for whatever reasons it may be, because I get a feeling that many of the people who are forming part of the government and the public sector, they become more interested in themselves instead of really trying to do what is it that they have to do for the citizens of this country, for the people of this country at large. As our Professor Haribabu was telling, only 20% of the engineering graduates are really becoming employable. I am only reminded of a lecture from one of the Swamijis who was telling that being employed is not enough. You have to always make yourself employable even at the time of superannuating from your career of service. Which means it is not only trying to build the foundation of knowledge in us before we get into employment, before your livelihood part. So which means they say that even before you go to your grave, better keep learning, because you find the world is changing and everybody says change is what which is permanent and constant in this world. So only those who are able to adapt themselves to these changes which are trying to overcome us, which are always overwhelming, I find. So it has become very necessary for any successful or useful human being to really make a purpose of his life, to really make a purpose of his existence. He has to keep learning. So what I would wish is, this initiative should not stop here. It should also include people from the industry, people from the academia, to update their knowledge, to update their, what should I say, the mettle, to update their expertise, to update their skill sets, whatever you may call it, to update their domain experience and expertise. I think we should also focus on these type of things so that you are able to update all of us. Now I do not know if somebody asks me something which has happened yesterday, which has been brought into this world yesterday, maybe I am not knowing, I am not aware, because I have passed out 30 years ago, and maybe due to some trainings here and there, I have picked up some threads which I thought may be useful for my work, but I am still not, I cannot compete with the people who come out of these institutions today. Yeah, I may be a chief general manager. You know, we all become general managers and managers because of so many other reasons. How competent I am, how much of knowledge I possess today, I do not know. I do not know. Only when they are asking me to come and attend a test, then they will know my mettle. What is it I score? What is it I am able to do? You know, after all, I may justify giving so many other reasons, but then the truth is far from it. So that is why what I would suggest is, we have to really see that people get updated, not only the students, not only the people who come here to learn, but also the people who are going to impart this learning. They should also get updated on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, and we should always show our mettle. And ultimately I want to say this, that our RTTC, Regional Telecom Training Center, should definitely coordinate very effectively and efficiently with the NATFM. After all, it is all BSNL's initiative. We should always be partners in progress. Sir, in fact, I want to tell you one thing. If at all there is any institution or a public sector organization in this country